please find a comfortable seat. If you have yoga blocks or something like that, I recommend having those on hand for your practice, and also to create a comfortable seat so you can build a little perch for yourself and sit upright with your sits bones sort of on the front edge of whatever it is that you're sitting on. And if you want to take a different kind of seat, that's okay. But elevating the hips just usually lets us find a little bit more length and space in the spine, which is something that we generally always want and are always trying to cultivate in our yoga practice. So I earlier this week was taking a 3-day intensive online. Maybe that's also why, come to think of it, maybe that's why my week felt extra busy, because I was doing like a 3-day intensive in the evenings. And it was a really sweet opportunity to practice together with some other yogis from all over the world, and to really get to explore and deepen into certain practices. And one conversation that we had that I thought was really powerful personally and also pretty relevant to what's happening in the world today was this comparison of what it means to move through our lives from a space of fear versus a space of love. And those are two very oversimplified terms that we'll just use to sort of indicate different approaches that we might have. And of course you can get super nuanced with that. But what the teacher shared was that for her, this idea of moving from fear means that you're moving with a lot of calculation, that there's a lot of planning everything out, mapping things, self-preservation, organizing. And so everything is very sort of controlled as much as possible. And to move from a space of love, which doesn't mean like, this is so blissful and happy all the time. It doesn't mean that at all. It's more like, can I move in a way that feels really authentic and genuine right now? Can I approach what's coming up in my life without feeling inhibited and without being afraid of making a mistake or a misstep? Because I'm moving in this way that is connected on some level. And I've seen a lot of and I think we all can relate to this, the sense of what do we do, and what do we say, and how are we supposed to approach, our lives, our issues, our concerns, and then on a global scale, things like injustice and massive change that can happen. And one way, of course, it's good to have some element of a plan and some element of organization at hand. And on a individual level, I think it's also very helpful to recognize that we cannot plan everything out, that we cannot control everything, that we cannot calculate everything. And that trying to do so, trying to live our lives in that kind of way, can actually limit ourselves from the very organic, mysterious, and wild parts of life, which is where we really get a lot of juice and a lot of magic. And this concept of wildness is actually, to me, really powerful and beautiful, because it doesn't mean that things are just out there and, unsafe. Actually, a sense of wildness means that we are connected on some level to what is essential and what is organic and what is real, and that there is a rawness that comes available to us versus a very manicured approach to things. And we embody this also on our yoga mats. If we try to know exactly how things will feel, or if we try to, move like a robot and be in perfect alignment all the time, then we disconnect from this ability to breathe, to let magic happen, to let transformation happen, to really start sensing into what it is that we're feeling and what it is that we're connecting to, and letting that guide us. And so this is a process that's a lot less clean and a lot less organized, and there is a lot of uncertainty that might come up from it. And that as yoga practitioners, that this is actually where we find our strength, is in moments of uncertainty, is in leaning into moments of discomfort, walking towards them rather than running away from them, and saying, okay, can I still move towards this in a way that is connected and genuine? So thank you for listening to these thoughts. Please close your eyes, and we'll work on embodying some of this as we move and breathe in our practice this evening. This opportunity to create shifts, to create revolutions, to confront things that are not working, and to address them with a little bit of loving force, a little bit of what we might call healthy resistance. And in this way, start to reach into our potential, touch into things that we see as barriers, and to begin to navigate what that truly means for us. So with your eyes closed, let yourself sense into the body and feel your body from the inside. Notice how you're sitting and whether you can invite a little bit more spaciousness into your seat. Notice how you're breathing. Whether you can bring a little bit more alertness, a little bit more expansiveness into your breath. And observe all of these little shifts that occur with every breath, that there's constantly an organic, natural movement and impetus for movement on every level and at every layer. And let yourself be completely absorbed in that process. And if it's tricky to do that, then encourage the breath to get even bigger. And then this will capture your attention a little bit more easily. And with the eyes closed, we start to shift and make a U-turn with our attention. So check into what you're bringing to your practice today. Physically, emotionally, mentally. And see if you can approach what is there, not from a place of structure or planning, but from a space that is okay with the messiness, a space that is okay with the uncertainty of change, a place that is okay with a constant shifting. A place that is okay with this sense of wildness. And we'll begin our practice with the sound of Om together 3 times. I invite you to bring your hands first in prayer at the center of your heart with the fingers spread wide so there's spaces between the fingers. And to feel your own touch. So feel what your hands feel like. And notice where there is contact and where there is space. And let there be just a very gentle amount of pressure from hand to hand. And we'll sing the sound of Om to enter into our practice. And if this is not part of your practice or seems perhaps strange to do wherever you are, not in a yoga studio, then I invite you to at least say the last sound of Om, which is the like yum, to still get that opportunity to connect with breath and sound in the body and vibration. We'll start with a deep collective breath in through the nose. Really soak yourself with breath. And then a cleansing breath out through the mouth or through the nose, whatever feels best to you. And then a deep inhale. Take a deep, full breath in. And then rinse yourself out with an exhale. And open your hands so that just the heels of your hands are connected. And roll your palms forward so that your thumbs touch. And then keep rolling your hands so fingertips start to point down, and let the backs of your wrists make contact. And then flip your fingers towards you. Let the inner pinkies touch, and then keep going, making these slow, sweet circles with the wrists, kind of luxurious, and feel into whatever you're feeling in the wrists. Let there be breath sort of invited into all these little nooks and crannies of the wrists as they start to awaken. And then switch directions. And you can go as slow as feels good here, just bringing some awareness into the joints. Good, and then bring your hands back into prayer. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms out in front of you. Squeeze your arms all the way straight. Then with an inhale breath, reach your arms up and overhead. And pay attention to what the ribs do here. So sometimes when we reach up the arms, the ribs push forward. So soften your rib cage down, breathe into the back body. Let your hips descend, and then inhale, reach up through the heels of your hands without arching the spine. Hug your elbows in towards one another, and imagine that from your very sits bones, you're lifting the heels of your hands up towards the sky. And then perhaps slide your arm bones a little bit further back behind your ears. Keep hugging your elbows in towards the midline. Soften something in your face or your jaw. Notice if there's a gripping or a tightening. And take a deep, full breath in. And a deep breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release your arms forward and down. Good. Remove whatever it is that you're sitting on and come onto your belly. So find Sphinx pose. I'm going to get our music started. You can come to lie down on your abdomen with your forearms grounded out in front of you. And as always, just let me know if the music is sounding okay, if it's too loud or if it's distracting or anything like that. So let yourself be in a really nice leisurely Sphinx pose. It's early in the practice, but this might feel really nice on your hips if you've been sitting all day. Let the tops of your feet root down so that your kneecaps lift a little bit, and then anchor down through your thighs. So, walk your elbows forward so that they're underneath your shoulders. Yeah. And then they're underneath literally with in terms of space too. press your pubic bone down and let your hips get really heavy. Claw the yoga mat with your toes, the tops of your toes, your toenails. And then press your forearms down and feel a lift through the crown of your head. Draw your upper arm bones back and pull your heart forward through your biceps. And then let your low ribs get heavy. So they kind of drop like a stone at the bottom of a lake. Keep drawing your heart forward and your shoulders back. And then really super duper charge the right leg and bend your left knee. Pull your left heel in towards your left hip, and you'll really be engaging your hamstring here, so you might even feel like a sensation, almost like cramping in the hamstring. And lift up even more through the crown of your head. Is the music okay, y'all? Is it too loud or anything like that? Great. Yay. Thank you. Exhale, release your left foot down, and then switch sides. Thank you. So right heel pulls in towards right hip. And just notice how this changes the experience of your spine. Keep gazing straight forward. Let your chin be level to the earth and maybe even glide your jawbone a little bit back in space. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, release your right foot down. Place your palms to the mat by your ribs, tap your toes, and press up to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide and claw your finger pads down into the floor, almost like you're trying to squeeze the earth. Root down, especially through the index finger and thumb, and place your knees underneath your hips. With an inhale, start to slide the backs of your thighs up in space. So your tailbone begins to lift and your belly begins to lower. Rib cage lowers, sternum lowers, and shoulders move together on the back. Kind of like we did in Sphinx pose, think about dragging your heart forward between your biceps, gazing a little bit forward. And then just take a few breaths here, magnetize the heels of your hands and your knees, and reach the back of your head and your tailbone towards one another. Take a full breath in. Then as you exhale, begin to slide your sits bones down. Scoop your tailbone to the earth. Draw your low belly in and up. Begin to press your rib cage up towards the sky. Shoulders wing off the sides of your back. Top of the head releases down. And then here, really engage the core. Lift front body up to back body. Create as much space as you can between the shoulder blades and reach the tips of your ears towards your thumbs. Take a deep, full breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale again. Start to glide the backs of your thighs up. Find cow pose. Letting your front body hang like a hammock towards the earth. And then exhale, round once again. Cat pose. This time, tuck your toes. Come to a neutral spine on your inhale. And press the earth down and away from you. So again, cultivating this sense of healthy resistance. So having something to push into to guide us. Reach your hips back towards your heels. And then press your hands down and forward so much that your knees hover off of the floor. You're in this kind of like a pounce position. Press your belly towards your thighs. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to straighten your legs downward, facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And feel free to take some movements here that feel good to you. So you might pedal out the feet, bending one knee and then the other, or maybe it just feels good to come to stillness. Maybe you want to roll out the head and neck, or who knows. Let yourself be where you need to be. And continue to always take this inventory, this assessment of what you're bringing to your practice. So sometimes we think like, oh, the practice felt this way or that way. But often it's more about how we showed up, what we carried with us. And this is actually something that we can begin to work with.
even if we are showing up in a space of slowness or tiredness, that we can move in a way that honors it rather than denies it. With your next inhale, tip high onto the balls of your feet and squeeze your thighs. Begin to draw your pubic bone towards your sternum and round forward until you're in a rounded high plank, puffing the back of your heart up towards the sky. And as you exhale, slowly lower knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Untuck your toes, inhale, unfurl, baby cobra, and float your hands 1 inch off of the mat. Your hands are lifted. I don't know if you can really tell that mine are, but they are. Press the tops of your feet down, squeeze your thighs, and anchor your pubic bone. Shine your heart forward, take a deep full breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale, ground your palms. Tuck your toes, glide your seat back towards your heels, and then slide your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale high up onto the balls of the feet once again, charge your thighs, and then draw your pubic bone forward towards your sternum as you round forward into high plank. Then exhale, slowly lower knees, chest, chin to the mat. Untuck your toes, inhale, unfurl, baby cobra. Again, lift your hands 1 inch off the mat. Press your toenails into the floor. And then as you next inhale, reach your fingertips back towards your toes. Hug all of the muscles onto your arms. All the muscles of your arms onto your arms. Gaze forward and reach your heart long past the front of your mat. Imagine someone's holding on to your wrists and just giving you a little bit of a tug back towards your toes. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more, inhale. Exhale, ground your palms, tuck your toes, glide your hips up and back downward, facing dog. Take a clearing breath in. And a complete breath out. And inhale high up onto the balls of the feet once again. Round yourself forward to high plank. And as you exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, unfurl, little baby cobra. Exhale, stay here. Lift your hands 1 inch off the mat. Again, inhale. Reach your fingertips back towards your toes. Then exhale, this time, bend your knees, pull your heels in towards your hips. And keep drawing your heart forward, and then maybe lift your knees up like a millimeter. And just feel your whole back body really start to light up, like you just turned on a light switch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more here. Inhale. Exhale, spread your toes, inhale. Exhale, reach your leg bones long. Tuck your toes, ground your feet, and then ground your palms. Press back, heels to hips. Hips to heels, and then up, downward facing dog. And then just let yourself kind of simmer and breathe into all of the sensations and awareness in the body. Begin a slow walk forward with your feet to meet your hands. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Take your feet wide and point your toes straight forward. Maybe even kick out your heels a teensy bit more than you would normally. Hands can be on blocks or the floor. Inhale to halfway lift, up on fingertips or on blocks. Root your shin bones and your thigh bones straight back. Broaden your butt behind you and reach your heart forward. Energetically drag your fingertips back towards your toes. And then exhale and bow over your legs. Even out the weight through the soles of the feet and hug your thighs in towards the midline. Again, like that, inhale, halfway lift. Come up onto fingertips on blocks or the floor. and pull your fingertips back towards your toes without letting them actually go anywhere. So we're just kind of energetically dragging them back, and notice how much more space this creates around the heart. So a healthy form of resistance. Use of boundary of loving force to create little ripples of results. Deep breath in, keep broadening your back, and then exhale, pour yourself down over your legs, Uttanasana, standing forward. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Good. Take a slight bend in your knees, bring your hands to your hips, elbows to the sky, and then press your feet down as you inhale and rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, release the arms and stand tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, really notice where the weight is in the soles of your feet. So ground the inner edges of the feet as much as the outer. Balls of the feet as much as the heels. Lift and spread your toes, and then proceed to spread the soles of your feet as wide as you can, like you're stretching canvas. And then land your toes back down. Hug your inner thighs to the midline, and then lengthen from your belly button up towards your sternum. So we're creating more length through the front body. Broaden your collarbones, extend your fingertips to the earth. Take a deep full breath in. And a complete breath out. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Hook your thumbs. Exhale, take a side bend over to the left. Press into your feet. Inhale and rise. Switch the hook of your thumbs. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, this time fold forward, Uttanasana. Standing forward fold, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, halfway lift, get long. Exhale, step your left foot back, low lunge, and then right foot back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, reach your heart forward as you fold the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra Pose or Upward Facing Dog with the thighs lifted. Pull your shoulders back, reach your heart forward. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, glide back, Downward Facing Dog. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, soften knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step the left foot forward by the left thumb, low lunge. Exhale, right foot forward to meet it, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Press down, inhale, rise, reach the arms up, gaze up, heart up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step, or this time, hop back, plank pose, all the way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, soften knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step, walk, or lightly hop the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet, inhale, rise, reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands into prayer. One more like this, inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, ground palm, step or float back. Chaturanga Uttanasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press into the palms and the feet evenly and strongly. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, feel your breath. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, soften knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step, walk, or lightly hop the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, ride the breath all the way up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Inhale, drop seat, lift arms, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, straighten legs, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, set the right foot forward by the right thumb. Rise, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back. You can stay here in plank or lower, Chaturanga. If you lowered, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, we all meet, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward by left thumb. Rise, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, stay here in plank or lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, we all meet, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth and sigh out with sound. Let something drop and soften and fall away. Maybe something that you've been gripping, or you don't even have to know what it is, but let there be a release. Take another deep full breath in. And then exhale, soften knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step, walk or hop the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend knees, lift arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, rise, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good, we'll do one more like that. Inhale, drop seat, lift arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step, walk or float back, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, place the right foot by the right thumb. Rise up, warrior 1, follow your breath. As you exhale, hands float down, right foot steps back. You can stay here and hold plank to build strength, or again lower, Chaturanga. If you lowered, inhale to your back bend. Exhale, we all meet, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward by left thumb, rise, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, step back, stay here or lower. If you lowered, inhale to your back bend. Exhale, glide back, downward facing dog. Press your palms down, claw the earth with your finger pads, and gently rotate your biceps a little bit towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky. Lift from your right inner thigh and spiral your right pinky toe so it points towards the floor. Sink your left heel down, take a deep breath in. Reach your left heel and your right heel in opposite directions. And as you exhale, lift up high onto the ball of the left foot and round forward, pulling your right knee in towards your right tricep. Press the earth away from you and suction your right heel in towards your right hip. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you inhale again, back three-legged dog, reach the right leg high behind you. And then exhale again, round forward, knee towards the right tricep. Gaze to your right thumb and then place your right foot down inside of the right thumb, low lunge. You can use blocks here on either side of your right foot or come up onto fingertips and then pull your feet towards one another. Left heel reaches back, right knee reaches forward. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, gently release your left knee to the floor. So we're working on quads and quad strength today. You can untuck your left toes, ground your left hand down, maybe even come off of your mat. So give yourself a lot of space. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to spiral your right arm to the sky and let your left ribs turn towards your right ribs. There's a total revolution happening here in the cell. Begin to sink into your right knee, ensuring that your right knee points straight over your right toes. This is one place to stay. This is a good place to get into the hip flexors and the left quad. Option to bend your left knee, reach your right arm back and hold on to the foot from the pinky toe side. When you do it from the pinky toe side, you can keep your right shoulder open rather than closed. Then stick your butt back, connect your left butt cheek to your left heel. Keep that connection and start to drip your pelvis a little bit more forward. Squeeze your right bicep as you pull the left heel in towards left hip. And then notice if there's any sensation that makes you want to run away. And see if instead you can stay in a space of curiosity, a space of presence, a space of letting what arises happen rather than needing to immediately strategize the exit plan. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, release your left foot down, right fingertips to the floor. Walk your left hand back in if you moved it off to the side. Lift your left knee. Ground your palms, step back, downward, facing dog. And let yourself really, again, reach the arms away from you. Really strongly, really powerfully. Beautiful.
That everything adheres to, that everything submits to.
Good. Ina, think about spiraling your biceps a little bit more up, just to get the lower arms, upper outer armpit to drop. Nice. Good. With your next inhale, reach your left leg to the sky. And again, lift from the inner thigh, spiral your left pinky toe to the floor. Reach your arms away from you and then stretch your right heel and your left heel away from one another. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale fully. And as you exhale, lift up high onto the ball of the right foot and curl forward, left knee in towards left rib cage. Shoulders over wrist. Draw your left knee towards your left tricep. Don't worry about making a connection here. And then just pause and vacuum your whole left shin bone up to your left thigh bone and your left thigh bone up into your left rib cage. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, glide back, three-legged dog, reach the left leg high. And then exhale again, round forward, left knee hugs in towards left tricep. Gaze to your left thumb and then as gently as you can, place your left foot to your left thumb. Gracefully or ungracefully, it doesn't matter. Come up onto fingertips or blocks and magnetize your feet towards one another to square the pelvis. Charge your right thigh. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, gently, sweetly sink your right knee to the floor. Untuck your right toes, ground, and you can give yourself lots of space, even bringing your right hand off of your yoga mat. We're just breaking all kinds of rules. Then as you next exhale, reach your left arm to the sky and find this revolution through the thoracic spine. Let yourself get really, really large. And you're welcome to stay here, just sort of letting the hips melt forward. Or to really get into the quads here, bend your right knee, right heel towards right hip. Then reach back with your left hand. Take hold of the foot from the pinky toe side. If you take it from the thumb side, then your shoulder closes, or the big toe side, I should say. Stick your butt back, connect your right heel to your right butt cheek. And then keep that connection as you bend the left elbow and start to maybe bring the hips a little bit more forward. So you're just shifting forward in space. This is where the sensation gets really interesting. So find a space that's interesting and let yourself stay there. I was researching, I think I mentioned this in class a week or two ago. You know, the word apocalypse means to uncover. And the word emergency comes from the word emerge. So there's all of these little clues and guidances that we have, things that might seem or feel messy or tumultuous, have a great deal of creation within them. Take one more full breath in. Woo, and then exhale, gently release your right foot and your left fingertips to the floor. Walk your right foot back in, tuck your right toes under, and pick up your right knee. Then inhale, step the right foot forward, halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, drape yourself down over your legs, Uttanasana. Take a deep full breath in. And as you exhale, take a slight bend in both knees. Shift weight into the right foot. We're going to come to standing in just a moment, and we're going to bring our left knee up with us. So prepare by rooting down through the sole of your right foot. And as you inhale, start to rise and keep your left knee hugged in towards you. And if you fall, you fall. It doesn't matter. Point your left knee to the floor and hold on to the outer edge of your left foot. Pinky toe side again. Hug left heel in towards left hip. Draw your low belly up and lengthen your tailbone down. Then inhale, right arm to the sky. And as you exhale, begin to kick your left foot into your left hand for Natarajasana, dancer's pose. But don't worry about leaning forward. So sometimes people want to reach their arms forward here. Today, we're going to keep the torso upright-ish and just focus on kicking the left foot into the left hand. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release your left foot. Point your left toes to the back of your mat and land your left foot to the floor. High lunge. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Strong bend in the right knee. Charge your left thigh. Settle here and breathe. And then start to sink your left knee towards the floor, but don't let it touch. As you exhale, lower your arms and straighten both legs. Lift both knees up. Inhale again, bend both knees. Arms up. Exhale, straighten the front leg, lower the arms. Inhale, bend both knees. Arms up. Exhale, straighten both knees, rise. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, arms up, bend just the right knee. Exhale, fingertips down, frame the front foot. Inhale, step the left foot forward, halfway lift. Inhale. And exhale to bow. Let yourself simmer here. Everything that's being stirred up. See what emerges. Then we'll come to rise, picking the right knee up. So bend a little bit both knees. Begin to shift weight already into the sole of your left foot. You might start picking up the right heel. Use your core here, and then as you inhale, begin to rise, picking your right knee up with you. Get stable in your left leg. Then point your right knee to the floor and hold on to the outside of the right foot or ankle. If you want to use a strap or a scarf or a belt, do that. Point your right knee straight down. Lengthen your tailbone towards your left heel and puff your heart. With an inhale breath, extend your left arm to the sky. Then as you exhale, begin to kick your right foot into your right hand. And again, focus more on the kicking with the foot than the reaching forward with the left fingertips for today. Now to Rajasana, dancer pose. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Let go of your right foot. Point your right toes to the back of your mat. Bend your left knee in super slow motion. Land your right foot to the floor. Inhale, reach up the arms and get steady in the legs. Charge your right thigh and sink into the left knee. Then slowly start to sink your right knee towards the floor, but not all the way. And as you exhale, straighten both legs and lower your arms. Inhale, bend both knees, arms up to the sky. Exhale, straighten both legs, arms lower. Inhale, arms up, knees bent. Exhale, straighten and lower. 2 more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, let them descend. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale this time, bend the left knee only, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step your right foot forward, halfway lift. And exhale, bow over your leg. Reach down through both feet. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Turn and face the center of your mat from the middle of your mat. Sorry. Turn and step into the center of your mat and face the long edge of your mat. Hands to hips, like bend in both knees, and then step your feet out wide. Turn your right toes to the right and align your right heel with the arch of your left foot. Magnetize your inner thighs to the midline, reach your arms out long. Take a deep breath in, reaching your right fingertips forward and sending your left outer hip back. And pause for a moment when you think you can't reach anymore. But reach more through your right fingertips until your right rib cage gets parallel-ish to the floor. Scoop your right sits bone beneath you and seal the inner edge of your right foot. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Slowly, slower than you want to. Bring your right hand to your shin or your ankle or a block. Left arm to the sky. Keep rooting down through your right big toe mound. Draw your right sits bone beneath you so that you can roll your left outer hip back behind you. And then turn your rib cage from right to left and maybe gaze up towards your left hand. Triangle pose. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Really drink in the breath and feel everything. Inhale. Exhale 3. We'll come up the same way we came in. So keep your torso where it is, but reach your right arm straight forward and your left arm behind you. Press through your feet and then inhale and rise. Level out the hips, parallel the feet. Other side, left toes to the left, align left heel with arch of the right foot. Inhale, right outer hip moves back, left fingertips drag you forward like you want to hand someone the gift of liberation and they're just a little bit too far away. So you're just reaching as much as you can through your left side body. Draw your left sits bone beneath you. Take one more deep breath in, get your left rib cage as low as you can, and then exhale, place your left hand to shin, ankle, mat, or block. Right arm to the sky. Down through your left big toe mound, outer spiral your left thigh. Draw your right outer hip back, your right armpit back, and then maybe gaze up towards your right hand with soft eyes. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your right arm back behind you and then reach your left arm forward. So coming out the same way you came in. Reach forward through your left fingertips. And then inhale, rise all the way up. And parallel the feet. Step, the feet together, release your arms. Good, come back to your mat. Inhale the arms up, gaze up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. If you want to take a vinyasa, take a vinyasa. Inhale high up onto the balls of the feet. Pull your pubic bone forward towards your sternum and round to high plank. Once you're there, reach back through your heels and forward through your brain. Stay here. Claw the earth with your fingertips. Resist the earth away from you. Healthy amount of resistance through the arms. Inhale. Exhale 1. You can lower your knees to make this a little bit more chill. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, shift your shoulders a little bit more forward so they're past your wrists. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows straight back. Keep your core lifting and super slow motion, lower all the way down to your belly. Stack your hands, open your elbows, release your forehead. And rock your butt from side to side. And again, let yourself rest and settle into the messiness of this process of awakening, of growing. Tend to your fingertips by your ribs and come off of your yoga mat here so that your fingertips are nice and wide. Point your elbows to the sky and charge your legs. With an inhale, tuck your chin in towards your chest and drag yourself up by your armpits, peeling yourself up like Play-Doh off of the floor. That's all on an inhale. Then as you exhale, lift the chin and slowly start to pull your ribcage a little bit more forward. Inhale, drag your fingertips back towards your toes, angle your elbows towards your heels, and reach your heart a little bit more forward. As you inhale, inflate the heart, maybe lift up a little bit higher, lift through the crown of your head, and then exhale again, drip your ribcage a little bit more forward. I know it's super hard, so feel all of the quivers and sensations and use your glutes here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach your heart forward as you lower down. So your sternum lands a millimeter forward of where it just was. Stack your hands and release your forehead and then feel. Roll over onto your back. Pull both knees in towards your chest, give yourself a hug. Release your left foot to the floor. Keep your right knee hugged in and flex your right toes to your right knee. Then release hold of your right leg and cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Keep flexing your right toes back towards your right knee and smooth out the inside of your right ankle. So the right ankle shouldn't be sickled. The sole of the foot shouldn't be facing towards you. Without using your hands to pull the leg in, draw your left thigh by lifting your left shin bone and pull this whole shape in towards you, a supine pigeon pose. If this causes distress in your hips, then just keep your left foot to the floor. Otherwise, use muscular energy to hug your left knee in towards your torso. If you want to use your arms or a strap, you can do that. Then place your left hand around the top of your right foot and curl your fingers over the pinky toe side of your foot, around the outer blade of the foot. Then lower your right foot to the floor on your left and the outer left thigh to the floor. So we're coming into a twist. Lengthen your right knee up towards the sky. Reach your right arm out to the right and turn your gaze to your right thumb. Inhale, come back to center and untangle your legs. Place both feet to the floor. Draw your left knee in this time and then flex your left toes, pull your toes back towards your shin. Release hold of the knee and cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh. Release your arms down. Stay here, or keeping the left foot flexed, pick up the right shin and pull your right knee in towards your chest. Supine pigeon pose. Both feet are really, really active here. Keep your sacrum and your shoulders heavy. Then take your right hand and wrap it around the outer blade of your left foot. And slowly just lower this whole shape. Keep your ankle and your thigh connected. Just roll onto your right outer hip and let everything touch the floor to the right. Reach your left arm to the left and flip your gaze. Continue to point your left knee or direct your left knee to the sky. Inhale, come back to the center. Untangle your legs, hug both knees in towards your chest. Happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. You might hold on to the fronts of your shins and just let your knees descend down outside of your ribs. This might help you keep your sacrum heavy. If you can keep your sacrum connected and reach to the outer blades of your feet, then do that. And resist your feet and your hands into one another. So as you press the feet up, your hands answer back. And as your hands pull down, your feet resist that. And see with this resistance, this mutual amount of loving force, the space and the depth that you can enter into in the hips. Then release the soles of the feet, stretch your legs up towards the sky, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, gently release everything to the floor for your final rest, Shavasana. And get all of your fidgets out. Do whatever you need to get comfortable and to even out the weight through your hips and your shoulders. If you want to use support beneath the knees, that can be nice, especially if you have low back issues. If you want to cover your eyes with a scarf or a t-shirt, that can also be nice. And then focus on letting yourself descend and surrender. Every exhale, encouraging a tiny bit more release. If you would like to remain in your Shavasana, then please don't go anywhere. Stay here for as long as you possibly can. If you are ready to begin the transition back to the rest of your Thursday, and start to call a deeper breath into the body, as well as any little flickers of movement that help you begin to reawaken. And bend your knees and begin to roll over to your right hand side. Let yourself pause there with your right upper arm acting as a pillow. And then gently begin to lift yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Letting the eyes close and feeling free to sit up on whatever helps you get comfortable. And then just take a moment again to check in and feel what has shifted and changed. And let it be this movement from a space that is natural and unpredictable. This practice of not needing everything to be known ahead of time, everything to be figured out and calculated, and rather letting the ride carry us. Letting the unfolding happen at its own pace. Bring your hands into prayer at the center of your heart, and again feel your touch and lower your chin. We'll seal our practice with the sound of one final Om. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale. Gently bow your chin in towards your chest in honor of these practices that have been passed down for so long to bring us together here today, and congratulate yourself for creating this time in your day for you and your practice, and thank you for allowing me to guide you